Good day. This video clip is intended for the discussion of advanced digitizing and geometry editing. In the previous recording, we have already discussed how to do basic digitizing. So this time, we will have the advanced digitizing. So in order to operationalize any GIS project, you must provide the system with data. The acquisition and reprocessing of spatial data is an expensive and time-consuming process. Most of the time, you most of your time will be devoted in preparing the data. Although difficult or cumbersome, much of the success of GIS projects depends on the quality of the data that is entered into the system. Therefore, garbage in, garbage out, trash in, trash out. And thus, this phase of a GIS project is critical and must be taken seriously. There are several ways to build data. Primary data are the best and the most desired data that you want for your GIS. Direct field measurement, satellite images, and aerial photos are the different methods in getting your first-hand primary data. If you opt to get secondary data, then you need to request from different government and private institutions that can provide thematic data. As much as possible, acquire a GIS standard data such as a shapefile or geodatabase file. Image files such as JPEG or JPG would require you to undergo georeferencing, like in the previous videos, and vectorization or digitizing procedure before it can be used in the GIS. However, even GIS files such as shapefiles from these multiple sources may not be fit for your intended use. Thus, this video will focus on different methods in cleaning, checking, and preparing your GIS data. Now, make sure when doing an advanced digitizing, make sure that your toolbar for advanced digitizing is enabled. Let's create a new project. Let's save this file. So let's have first an advanced digitizing using the Guimaras Island. So we will save this project with advanced digitizing Guimaras Island. Okay, so first, let's open first our data. So Control Shift V, then vector. Then we will access our dataset for LabX number 3, folder part 3. Dataset for LabX number 4, part 2 folder. So Guimaras, so we have 6 folders here. We have the Kapalagnan, Dumangas, Iloilo, Nueva Valencia, Pontevedra, and Pulupandan. So we will, all we have to do is to add all the shapefiles. Click Kapalagnan, open, and add. And this is the file for Cabalagnan. Then let's also have Dumangas. Next, Iloilo. Next, Nueva Valencia. Pontevedra. So there are two files. One is for the landslide and the other one is for flood. Let's have the landslide. Okay. Add. And lastly, Pulupandan. Landslide. Open and add. Close. So with this file, as you can see, we have various information here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 shape files. Now, once we zoom this one, we can see that there are various spaces in between, and there are also overlapping. For this case, have this one, and the Valencia, as you can see, there's an overlapping here. There are gaps, overlapping. Okay, since most of the time digitizing files are taken one area at a time, then later on it would be superimposed. Therefore, there is a need to do an advanced digitizing. Okay, so first, before we proceed with cleaning this data, let's combine first all of these 6 shape files into one. All we have to do is to click Vector, then Data Management Tools, then Merge Vectors, Merge Vector Layers. Then we will select the 6 files. Okay. Then let's have the destination to be EPSG 32651. Okay. Then let's save the file. So let's have Guimaras merge. Save, then run. Close. Let's place the Guimaras merge in the first layer. Okay. So basically, these are original 6 layers: Pulpandan, Pontevedra, Nueva Valencia, Iloilo, Dumangas, and Cabalagnan. Now, after merging, there is only now one shapefile, the Guimaras merge. So if you click F6 or the attributes, all files have now been merged from all 6 shapefiles. Next, is that we can combine some information, especially if their attributes are the same. For example, for this case, let's have the layer align, then rating. Okay, so with this, we have Pontevedra being the location with high risk to experience landslide, then followed by Nueva Valencia, Pontevedra again, and Pulupandan with moderate. Next, we have Cabalagnan, low, and Dumangas, low. So again, this is Pontevedra high, this one. Let me change the color so that you would be able to view this. Let's make it Like, okay. So again, F6. So this is Pulupandan. Pontevedra with high risk. Then we have moderate with Nueva Valencia, Pontevedra, and Pulupandan. 1, 2, and 3. Next, for the low, we have Cabalagnan, the entire of Cabalagnan. Then Dumangas. Then for Iloilo, we have two low. This is, first one is this, the small one, and the second one is the bigger part of the Iloilo file. Then again, we have Nueva Valencia, then Pontevedra. This one, very tiny part, Pontevedra, and another Pontevedra, this, and another Pontevedra, this one. Then as for Pulupandan, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So with the one with the bigger island, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 small islands. Then we have non-susceptible. We have Dumangas, another Dumangas, another Dumangas, then one Iloilo, Nueva Valencia, Pontevedra, and another Pontevedra. Okay, now since there are attributes here that are the same, okay, we can now merge it. Okay, we would be using a special tool in order to combine multiple feature with the same attributes. Okay, so we will be using dissolve. So just click vector, geoprocessing tools, then dissolve. Okay, so again, basically dissolve. This algorithm takes a vector layer and combines their feature into new feature. One or more attributes can be specified to dissolve features belonging to the same class, having the same value for the specified attributes. Alternatively, all features can be dissolved in single one. All output in geometries will be converted to multi geometries in case that the input is a polygon layer. Common boundaries of adjacent polygons being dissolved will get erased. So we will be using the Guimaras merged. Then we will select which fields to dissolve. So let's have two set. The first one would be the basis of rating and layer. Then let's save its dissolve file name to Guimaras rating and location. So we will consider both rating of susceptibility to landslide and its corresponding location. So save, then run, and close. So if we check the Guimaras rating and location, check the attributes, it has now been reduced. Initially, there are 24 in the Guimaras merge. Now there are only 15. So let's rearrange this one. So again, we have high for Pontevedra, and we have moderate in Nueva Valencia, moderate in Pontevedra, and moderate in Pulpandan. Now, for the Kapalagnan, low, Dumangas, low, Iloilo, low. Now, as you can see, in the previous part, Guimaras merge, there are two polygon for low Iloilo, this small one and the bigger one. Now it has now been combined into one. Next is Nueva Valencia, then Pontevedra. 1, 2, 3. So it has now been merged into one. Next, Pulpandan. originally there are 5. Now there are 5 area in Pulupandan with low susceptibility to landslide. Now there are only 1 file since it was already dissolved. Then we have Dumangas with none, Iloilo none, Nueva Valencia none, Pontevedra none, and Pulpandan none. Next, let's disable the Guimaras rating and location, or let's make it inactive. Now, let's merge again or dissolve again, but this time our focus would be the rating alone. So geoprocessing, vector, geoprocessing, then dissolve. So we will still use again the Guimaras merge, but this time the field that we will only select is the rating. Then click OK. Then save to file. Let's have the Guimaras underscore rating only. Save, run, close. Now a new shapefile was already created. Let's check the attributes. Now, from the original with 24 lines, now then toned down to 15, and now there are only 4. So the first file is the area with high susceptibility. Second would be the low susceptibility. Next is moderate, then non-susceptibility. Now for this case, the layer can now be deleted since there are area here, like this one, in Iloilo, and this part, they are of different location, however, has now been merged into one because it has susceptibility of none. Okay, so you can now opt to delete that. So toggle editing, then delete column. So let's delete the layer and path. Then click OK. Then save. Okay, so basically that is for combining multiple feature with the same attribute. Now, we will proceed with geometry editing. So we will utilize the Guimaras rating only. Now, for this case, for example, you want to adjust this one. So toggle editing, then vertex, and as you can see, you can adjust this. Okay. So, however, we will not do that. So disable, cancel. Okay. So that is how you could edit by means of uh, the node tool. Okay. Then let's disable that. Let's go back with the merged. Okay. Now with this file, you would be able to see once we digitize this that in terms of the vertex, as you can see, this one and this has overlap. So it's either you will adjust this one by moving the node. As you can see, it will not snap yet. Therefore, you have to enable the snapping option. So project, snapping option, click this magnet button or enable snapping. Then advanced configuration, let's just select the Guimaras merge, rating, and rating location. Allow snapping, stop snapping, then that's it. So let's now start snapping this one. So I just snap then this one, and it will now then be moved. So there are no overlapping anymore for this case. since it was now already been snapped and adjusted in terms of the nodes. And let's have the other side. So we could adjust this and place it here. Therefore, there are already no gaps. So basically, that's for the node editing of our polygon. Next feature that we could use is to merge. Okay, so let's save this. Let's move to GMRS rating again. Okay, now as you can see with this file, this portion, okay, the left and the right side, this area has a susceptibility to none. Okay, the landslide susceptibility is considerably negligible or none. Now, there is a gap here. So what we could do is to merge this selected feature by advanced editing. So enable the toggle editing. Click this add polygon feature. Let's add that one. This is just for example. Then close. Then just click OK. So as you can see, there is a new line, new polygon, 1 and 2. There are no gaps here now. Now, what we want to do is to merge this. So, control click both. Then, we will be using this advanced digitization. So, we will first use the merge selected features. Now, you would be asked to select. So, for this case, we will select 2 since we want it to be based. Therefore, the newly added, this one, the one in yellow, would now then be changed with the data file of number 2. Okay, just click OK. And now it has now been merged into one. Okay. Then it could now then be adjusted. Okay, so basically that's it for merging selected features by the advanced digitization. So you may now kindly explore the other functions of advanced digitization. Okay, thank you.